Good afternoon to one and all present here. We would like to welcome all of you to the inauguration of the Computer Science and Engineering Association 2023 edition. Before we start off, we would like to say thank you to our chief guest, Shri Prabhu Kumar, by presenting them with a bouquet. Please, sir, could you come up on stage? Thank you, sir, for spending your time with us today over here. We would now like to invite our respected director, ma'am, Dr. Akhila, to come onto stage for the tribute. Thank you, ma'am. We would now like to invite our HOD of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Dr. Mary Saira Banu, to come up on stage. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. We would now like to invite Dr. Shivashankar, sir, our faculty advisor, to come back on stage. Thank you, sir. We would now like to invite our faculty treasurer, Dr. Sai Krishna, to come up on stage. Thank you, sir.
Arthur C. Clarke once said, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." A very good afternoon to the Director of NIT Trichy, Dr. G. Aguila, Chief Guest, Dr. Prabhuji Kumar, HOD of the Computer Science and Engineering Department, Dr. Mary Saira Banu, esteemed faculty members of the CSE Association, and the students of the CSE Department. We are elated to welcome you to the inauguration of CSE Association. This occasion marks the beginning of a fun-filled year packed with exciting and informative events. What better way to begin this auspicious event than by seeking the blessings of the Almighty? We now invite the choir to lead us in prayer.
Ekadandam mahakayam taptakancana sannibham lambadaram virupaksham vandeham gananayakam. ஓம் எனும் வீட்டில் இருப்பவன் உள்ளம் இணைந்ததை கொடுப்பவன் உமையவள் மைந்தனாய் நின்றவன் உலகத்தார் யாவரும் துதிப்பவன் கணபதி எங்கள் நவநிதி கவலைகள் தீர்க்கும் அருளிதி. கணபதி எங்கள் நவநிதி கவலைகள் தீர்க்கும் அருளிதி. Thank you. Thank you so much, Subhashri, for that beautiful rendition. I request all the dignitaries to now move forward to light the lamp and start the event. kickstart this inauguration ceremony, we call upon the President of CSE Association, B. Pavana Kumar, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good afternoon to everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the inauguration of CSE Association. On behalf of CSE Association, I extend my warm regards to respected Director Dr. G. Agila Ma'am, Honorable Chief Guest Sri Prabhu Kumar Sir, and Head of the Department Dr. S. Mary Sairabhanu Ma'am, and our Faculty Advisor Dr. Shivashankar Sir, and our Faculty Treasurer Dr. M. Sai Krishna Sir, and my beloved faculty and my dear fellow mates. This inaugural ceremony marks the beginning of the year's CSE Association journey. It can be called announcing a very version releases of a department symposium with many events, workshops, in the last 2 years. Vortex happened in the virtual mode due to pandemic situations. Now I'm very excited to awaiting the offline comeback of Vortex 23, and I'm sure you are all and we all as well. Let's not delay it anymore. Thanks for giving opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you, Pavan, for that eloquent speech. A vision is not just a picture of what could be. It is an appeal to better ourselves and call to become something more. Gokul, the Vice Chairperson, will now outline the vision of the CSE Association.
Hello. Vision is the art of seeing. A very good afternoon, everyone. I'm more than honored to be addressing you all on this auspicious association as the chairperson of CEA. CSEA hosts Vortex every year. Vortex has been and is an exemplary arena to bring together enthusiasts of various facets of computer science. On today's auspicious occasion, it is important that we reminisce about the vision that we set out for and define new goals for this year's edition of Vortex. This vision of CSEA is to create a platform for technocrats to showcase their skills and provide an equal platform for everyone to hone their technical skills and push boundaries. With this vision in mind, all these years we have made our presence known by sharing our knowledge and contributing to the betterment of the student community in every way possible. We are especially proud of our momentous contribution to Skill India in the past few years, and we aim to continue the same going forward. Prior to the pandemic, we had a strong presence with our reach extending all over South India. Even during the pandemic, our team has brought everything together to realize our vision by adapting to the virtual setup. This edition, as we get a chance to host Vortex on-site, we define our new goal to enhance the grandeur of this edition and increase the reach and reveal the glory of the past editions. So let's renew our promise to keep working hard to achieve the goals that we have set for ourselves and take CSEA to even greater heights. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, Gokul, for illuminating the path forward with a rousing address. We now request Dr. Mary Saira Banu, HOD of Computer Science and Engineering Department, to provide us with an overview of what the association is about and what follows the inauguration.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I am very happy to welcome our Director, Dr. G. Akila, and our Chief Guest, Sri Prabhu Kumar, alumnus of our institute, and our faculty members and the students of Computer Science and Engineering. And also I thank our Chief Guest to come and participate in this inaugural function. College life is incomplete without extracurricular activities and co-curricular activities. So it is like after graduation, if you people go join some company or some for higher studies, and if you think of NITT, some of them will be thinking Okay, mostly we'll be thinking about the happy moments of the outside classroom activities rather than the inside classroom activities. I hope so. But please don't forget the inside classroom also. So as part of this outside classroom activities, our department started this activity, the Student Symposium, in the year 1991. Okay, and every year we are celebrating this Vortex, which is a major event of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. And because of the changes in the technology and other, that is in every area, computer science also faces this changes in the technology. So our Vortex title or the theme will be always matching what is the trend at that time. So for the past 31 years, we have been concentrating on the various technologies development. And one important thing is, right from the first, this student symposium or the Vortex, it is a student activity. Okay, all the students will be participating in this and organizing the events, and they learn many things regarding leadership or coordinating it or conducting an event, etc. So it is an experience, much learning experience for the students. So this year we have started very late. Now in November only we are inaugurating. So I hope so there will be multiple events that will be scheduled in the coming days, that is in for the
Every year we conduct Vortex, which is an annual level technical symposium conducted by CSE Association. It provides a platform to demonstrate technical skills with eye-opening guest lectures, and we have a lot of workshops in this technical symposium. So Vortex invites footfall of many participants across India. It provides an opportunity to learn from experts and compete among like-minded peers. So I will have a lot of activities this year also. I wish to conclude my talk by thanking the chief guest, the director, and the head of the department for this for their presence during this auspicious ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for providing us with a wonderful insight into CSEA. The sheer importance of a leader who emphasizes the development of others and encourages strategic thinking and learning while being ethical and influential cannot be overstated. In this regard, there is no one more inspirational than our director, Dr. G. Akhila, to guide the flourishing minds of NIT Trichy. She has served both as an administrator and as an academician for more than 32 years with significant contributions to blockchain, big data analysis, ontology engineering, chem informatics, and artificial intelligence. She previously served as the registrar in charge of NIT Puducherry, where she was also a professor of computer science. Ma'am, it is a great honor to be in your presence today. We humbly request you to address the gathering.
Distinguished I think it's not necessary. I could reach this audience, okay? Basically being a teacher, it's not going to be a big problem for me to reach even the last row. So the head of the department, Dr. Mary Sandra Bonu, and Dr. Shivashankar and Dr. Sai Krishna, office bearers, and all the faculty members of Computer Science and Engineering, and the staff members, and my dear students. As a director, I am very happy to be part of this inauguration of this Computer Science and Engineering. But the most happiest thing is, as a computer science background, I am more delighted to be with you people and this inauguration of this Computer Science and Engineering Association. So whenever this may be my 5th or 6th association inauguration function I am attending after assuming the charge. So this is the feel to be proud moment for me, because I am seeing my young students who have joined this institute with a lot of dreams and lot of thinkings in their mind, what we are going to learn and what we are going to deliver it. So all the people will talk about you can read like this, or we could develop the algorithms like this. Apart from this, only one thing I would like to, or I request all you people is, even though I know the amount of pressure it is required whenever we are developing any work, the kind of schedule what is available in everyone's mind is, our working time is only from 10 to 4, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Isn't it? Do you agree with me or not? If you are not agreeing, you please tell we are not agreeing. Maybe 2 a.m.? No, up to 6 a.m.? 3 a.m. Okay, good. But only one thing in my mind is, yes, we have to work. But is it necessary we have to plan it in that way? Is there any better plan we can have so that at least the sleep we should not disturb? Professor NRS will definitely agree with me. As a senior most professor of this department, definitely we care about you. Why I am insisting, see in this inauguration function, why I am insisting on this is, all the technical activities and everything you will be planning in a meticulous manner and you will be executing, and I am sure of it, everything you will plan it and you will do it. But who is there to take care of this, your sleep? So again, a request and appeal to all my dear students is, you see to that at least you have some deep sleep, some 5 hours to 6 hours of, I am not going to 8 hours, okay? Not during the daytime, during the night time. Please have this in your mind, because you are more near to me, my computer science department students. And again I am telling, the pressure what we have while developing, and even with a small interface when I am going to develop, it requires that much time. I know all those things. But you please plan it and you see to that at least you can have an uninterrupted sleep of 6 hours of sleep per day. During the night hours, not during the daytime. Okay. Coming to the department activities, I know starting with all the 4 departments or the 4 subjects and all the other technology which drives us right now, the humanity to the next level. You know what are all the challenges available and how we can equip ourselves to cater to the needs of humanity. Currently, what the world is These kind of associations will help us in organizing these kinds of functions, and apart from that participating. When we participate, our orientation, our thinking will be in a different way. When we organize, ours will be in a different way. In the sense, what is our limitation and how far we can reach and what is our plan, and whether we have plan B with us or not while planning an activity, major activity. So why I am very specifically talking about this is, even when we have some kind of disturbances, for example, this mic today, okay, it giving us some problem. We didn't have plan B with us. If plan B is, we are computer science people, definitely we should have thought about it. But we know this is the hired place, it is not our place, that we know. But as a computer science people, I expect and I want my students should plan in such a fashion that always we will have a plan B which is going to take any work uninterruptedly in the planned manner. Okay, whatever may be the small work or a big work. Please have this in your mind, and I am very happy to note that what are all the activities you are going to do it in this as association activity. If possible, I will also come and see what all the activity is going on there. I love to come and be with you people in even a small activity. I can take this opportunity to request the HOD, at least as a first instant, you make me to join at least in your project evaluation for MTech and BTech, so that definitely I can come and join there. I want to at least start with associating with computer science department. Okay. And you know, why I am asking this is because as an administrator now I am apart from the subjects. I didn't want to do it, okay. I want to be with you and I want to be closely associated with you. So the expectation from the computer science department student to the humanity, to the world is a lot. You are thinking about all the other problems which are for the world. But again, one more request from my side to you is, you think about a small real-time problem which is required or which has to be completed in our 800-acre campus, even the small applications. So it may be as an activity from this Computer Science Association, you take up all these problems and the end of this year, this 2022-23 batch, if you could deliver some of the solutions to all the small problems what this 800-acre campus is requiring, then that is going to be one of the milestone for this year activity. So like this, I want you to plan and you enjoy your all the work whatever you are doing in the as association activity, and learn, and not only be the creator, be the provider for this world, and join our mother nation India for Atmanirbhar nation. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those awe-inspiring words. We'll definitely look to that we get 8 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep. We have in our midst a great visionary in the field of software development and IT services, Mr. Prabhuji Kumar, the co-founder of Calibris, Logic Information Systems and Health BPM. An esteemed alumnus of this institution, Mr. Kumar went on to pursue his master's in computer science at North Dakota State University. After completing his degree, he worked as a software engineer at Indchem Electronics, following which he served as a senior software engineer at Medentel Systems Corporation. Subsequently, he went on to become the co-founder and director of Logic Information System and Health BPM and Calibris currently. Currently, Mr. Kumar has stepped into the world of social entrepreneurship, particularly the field of primary education. In addition to managing the PGP International School and PGP Matriculation Higher Secondary School in Namakkal, he is working ardently to build a K-12 school in Trichy to fulfill his dream of providing excellent and accessible education.
Since 2006, Prabhu Kumar sir has been active in RECAL, the Alumni Association of NIT Trichy. He served as the president of RECAL for 4 years. PK was a trustee of Recal Foundation for 10 plus years and has made significant contribution, physical and financial, to the activities of Recal. Prabhu Kumar Sir received the Distinguished Alumni Award DAA from NIT Trichy in August 2017. In addition to Logic, Prabhu Kumar Sir is also the co-founder and investor in 4 other IT products and service firms in India and USA. Prabhu Kumar Sir has mentored and helped multiple individuals in realizing their dreams to become entrepreneurs. Prabhu Kumar Sir, along with other individuals, played a crucial role in renovating old temples in his native village, Nangavaram, near Trichy. Sir has also managed 2 schools of PGP group in Namakkal from October 2018 to June 2022. Prabhu Kumar Sir is also working towards his dream of starting and mentoring a K-12 educational institution in Trichy. We now invite onto the stage Mr. Prabhu Kumar Sir to deliver the inaugural address.
We'll use this mic, okay. Respected Director Madam, HOD Madam, faculty advisors, student leaders, the other faculty members of Computer Science Department, and my dear students. I belong to the 3rd batch of Computer Science in this college. 1982 is the first year Computer Science Department started in this institute, and we were the 3rd batch. So as you all heard, this association is formed in 91, well after 3 years after I graduated from this college. During our time, the extracurricular activities for the Computer Science Department was, we used to have a chapter of Computer Society of India, and we did extremely well. In the first 4 years of Computer Society of India chapter, we won the National Best Student Chapter Award for 3 years. So NIT Trichy is always well known to produce very good technical managers. So if you look at it, the way this institute was set up by the visionary founder principal, Professor Mani Sundaram, here everything is managed by the students. A temple managed by students. In the olden days, the messes were managed by the students. I was a mess rep for 2 years for one of the vegetarian messes. Festember, all the events. What it did, it took some time away for us from our academics, but it gave us a lot of experience in managing different people, different challenges. For example, when you are in Festember committee, you have to raise money, right? When you are running Computer Society of India National Convention, you need to get sponsorship for the awards. You want to invite paper presentation from 50 colleges all over the country. You need to raise money to pay the prizes. You need to pay for the train ticket for all the participants. So all those challenges gave us a lot of valuable lessons. Obviously, when I studied, the Computer Science Department was almost a small section of the Electrical Engineering Department. So our department was right here in this building. So they just gave us a couple of thousand square feet, and that is where at least the first 6-7 batches did most of their education. Only I think the Computer Science building and ECE got a new building only in the Silver Jubilee year. From there, today we have come to a much better infrastructure, a lot of improvement. But even in those days, we were pioneers. For example, NIT REC Trichy or NIT Trichy had 24-hour computer center in 1986. Actually, it was in the same place where REC Alumni Association, recall, the NIT Alumni Association is there in that main administrative building. When you come in there, left side downstairs is where we had a 24-hour computer lab. In fact, 3 years after I graduated from here in 1991, when I went to do my master's in the US, they were closing down their computer center at midnight and opening it only at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I went and talked to the dean and professors there, asking why we can't have the computer center for 24 hours. And they said, oh, that's not possible. Then I told them, we used to have 24-hour computer center in our college. There was a need for it. The reason why we had 24-hour computer center was, in those days, computers were very expensive, right? The personal computers that I used is probably about 1/50th the power of my iPhone today, right? So, and they were costing a lot of money. So the reason JBM, who was managing the computer resources at that time, who was also our alumni, he opened 24-hour center because we couldn't afford to have 500 computers. We can have only 10 computers, right? So he said, let's have it in 24 hours. So there was a lot of creative solutions came in this college right from the first days. We created the LAN, one of the largest LANs in the country, actually in Asia, in 1987-88 itself. Our coursework was reformed from being 50% electrical engineering. I'm sure Director Madam knows about it because she did computer science in the same time in a different college. It became computer-oriented engineering degree over the 5 years. So today, you guys are in much better, much more advanced stages. You should be able to utilize the opportunities, not only in the academic side, but also in the curricular, co-curricular activities, which is very important part of your life here. I was very active outside the classroom. I was not a very bright student or anything like that. I was an average student. I still got my distinction and honors, but I was involved, I was managing the mess for 2 years. I was in Computer Society of India. I was in the Temple Committee. I was in the Tenarvi Tamil Committee. So we used to be busy all the time. But all those experiences will come and help you. Today, when I look back, how I became an entrepreneur, because I belong to a family of teachers and government servants. How I became an entrepreneur, I feel the co-curricular, extracurricular activities that we did at the college played a very important role in shaping my career in the long run. So my request to all of you is to take active participation in at least 1 or 2 activities, whatever activities you enjoy. Right, if you're a photographer, go into the photography club. If you like teaching small kids, go into Ignite or something. So take an activity, be active, make more friends, and wherever you do, whatever activities you do, there is always going to be some challenges. Sometimes your faculty advisor will give you a hard time, but you will know how to learn to cope up with the bad manager in future. Right, we had a very tough professor managing the transportation in our time. It was very difficult to get a vehicle from him to invite a guest, because he knew we will drop the guest at railway station for Rockford, which used to leave at 9 o'clock, and then take that bus for a second show, movie trip on our own. So he was always strict. He will watch, he will say 9:30, I'll be standing in the gate, the car has to come back to the college, right? So, but then, we worked with him, he taught us a lot of responsibilities like that. So when you get involved in these kind of activities, you will interact with a lot of good people, right? In our time, we used to bring a lot of guest lectures from IIT Madras. We used to bring lectures from General Motors, GM. We used to bring lecturers from Keltron. I remember once I had an IIT professor come and talk about, I think either image processing or artificial intelligence. He was expecting about 20 people, to address the meeting. So I asked him, can you give me the material? I have to cyclostyle it 2 days before the event. He said, no, I'll make 20 copies and bring it. He said, no sir, 20 copies is not enough. We need about 120 copies, because in those days, every other department guys also will come, computer science guys will come. So he said, so how many people are going to be in that seminar? I said, about 150 to 200. He said, I don't want to address a public meeting on image processing. I thought you were doing a seminar, there should be only 20 people. Then He was almost going to cancel the whole program. We have already collected money from 200 people. Then I have to, cajole him, beg him, and I told him, you didn't mention that it has to be only 20 people, it is 200 people. Then he came in and he actually enjoyed that lecture. And I told him, we don't have 20 people here because if I have only 20 people, I have to charge too much money from them, so we have more people. So like that, you will face challenges, you will overcome those challenges. Each of those experiences will give you valuable lessons, life lessons later on in your life. The other point, I was, when I talked to our director, madam, first time when I found out she's a computer science graduate, I was very happy because I think this is the first time the college is led by a computer engineer, right? So I was happy about it. But after she said she is going to sit in your project committees, I was a little nervous. I'm happy that our time directors were all civil engineers. So some of you might be nervous, right? But it is good to have somebody who is knowledgeable in this field as the leader of the institute, because she will be able to relate to the demands, the requirements of the department, and take very valuable actions. Particularly, I like the enthusiasm she showed, because a lot of people run away from work, whereas she took additional volunteer work to be your project guides or come and do it. It's great. So I look forward in the computer science department to grow much faster and more under your leadership, madam, because first time we have somebody from our ilk to lead our institute. Thank you. Now the other thing, there are two touch points I want to touch. One is entrepreneurship, the other one is higher studies, because this is always too burning, because the job is not a problem anymore, right? In our time, getting a job in campus interview itself was a challenge. Out of 40 people, probably about only 15 or 20 will get a job. And our pay package was, highest pay package was 3,000 rupees a month. And average package was 2,000 rupees a month. That was the salary. Today, my driver makes about 10 times more than that. But even then, the jobs were, even for the computer science department, the jobs were less. Today, I know that is not the case, because sometimes, some of the people will ask me, like, how come you are recruiting a lot of people in India, you are not coming to NIT? I say, I can't afford NIT people, and NIT students will be happy working for a small consulting firm, right? So you guys have a lot of opportunities. You have tremendous opportunities. Big companies will give you very good salary packages. So definitely all of you will get a job. So job is not a big issue. But at the same time, higher studies, entrepreneurship. These are the other paths you have, right? Right after the college. One of the things, the downside of having a very good economy and very good job prospects is, I see students giving less and less importance to higher studies, particularly doing technical degree, master's degree, or an MBA, whatever. Now, you have to think through it a little bit. Even though you will make good, decent money working for an Amazon or a Google or a PayPal or a Microsoft, all these companies, you think about it, there are about, more than 1 lakh engineers in Tamil Nadu, right? And probably all over India, there are about 10 lakh engineers. In our time, there were only 14 engineering colleges. In the year that I joined, that is when the first 5 self-financing colleges were allowed. So we had hardly 2,000 engineers coming out in Tamil Nadu. Even then, if you look back in my class of 40, at least 25 of us have got a master's degree, either in US or abroad or in India. Today, I see the trend, a lot of people are not pursuing higher studies. I feel it is very important, because if you stop with BTech, you are one of 10 lakhs people, or one of a million people who are getting an engineering degree. When you go out and do a master's, particularly you guys are from one of the premier institutes, right? This is 8th ranked institute in the country. You should all think about applying to the best universities in the world and try to do a master's degree. For example, my own son, he graduated in 2019 from NIT Suratkal. You know, he didn't want to join Trichy because I brought him here when he was in his 12th standard. I introduced him to a lot of professors, and he found out I was very friendly with a lot of professors. He decided I'm not going to come here because my dad will know what the hell I'm doing here. So he decided to go to Suratkal. He finished his engineering there in 2019. Then he joined, he did his master's in Stanford. Now he's working for a company that is in genetic research called Illumina. He was very clear, and I want a lot of, most of you to think through this part because 40, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs, 30 lakhs pay package is very tempting when you just graduate, right? But you go get your degree, maybe not in Stanford, maybe from University of Michigan or Ann Arbor or University of Wisconsin, whatever university that you get, Purdue or, Carnegie Mellon or whatever. When you do that, right after that degree, you are looking at $150,000 to $200,000 pay package, right? So, getting tempted for 30, 40 lakhs pay package and not pursuing master's degree when you are young, particularly if you are thinking of doing a technical degree, I would suggest each one of you try to do a degree right away. I did my master's 3 years after my college because I belong to a lower middle class family, so it was very difficult for me to fund my US education from my parents, so I have to earn some money and do it. But if that is the case for some of you, maybe you may have to work for a couple of years. But if your parents don't need your support or you don't need a lot of support, you should think about doing masters. However, if you are thinking of doing an MBA, then maybe it makes sense for you to work for 3 or 4 years, because usually you gain more out of your MBA programs if you have 3 to 5 years of work experience. So I want all of you to think about it, particularly when you are in second year or third year, what you want to do, why doing masters, even PhD in future is important, is a much bigger and brighter career, right? If you look at all the successful alumni of NIT Trichy, most of them have done a master's degree. Very few have, the most successful person did not do any degree after college, which is Chandra, the Tata chairman. But he's one in a zillion kind of person, right? So, but most of us did our master's or MBA or whatever. So I would recommend that all of you take a serious look at doing master's degree. The other question, which is not even a question in our time, is entrepreneurship, right? In our time, there was no, if you want to do entrepreneurship, you have to go start a corner tea stall or something. That was the only options available in those days. Today, it's not like that. A lot of you have very bright ideas. I have interacted. The current, students I have not interacted because you were not in campus for last 2 years. Most of you studied from home, online. But I have interacted with the earlier batches. Previously I used to visit the college more often when I was the president of the Alumni Association. People have a lot of good ideas. Everybody want to try entrepreneurship. There is always a question, should I start my own company right after my college? Should I do this, after that? There is no one single answer. Each person is different. Some businesses are better if you start with certain amount of work experience. Particularly, I started a service business, right? So Logic, what it does is it is a system integrator for large retailers. My company, when a big chain of stores wants to implement a large retail system, they come to us. We implement it. It's a 2-year project or 1.5-year project, or sometimes even a 3-year project. We do that across the world. Logic has offices in 14 countries. We have around 1,000 employees, but we do only one thing. We do large system implementation, system integration for retailers. Now, those kind of companies, you need to understand the business, you need to understand the technology. Right after college, it's very difficult to do those kind of things. So you have to work. So I started my company 25 years ago on December 4th. So 97 December 4th. I graduated in 88. So there was about 9-year gap, out of which 2 years I spent in college for my master's. I worked for 3 years in India, 2 years I did my master's, and I again worked for about 3-4 years, and then started my own company. 97, Logic was my second company. Before that I started a smaller company in 96. And then I merged my company with my partner's company and we started Logic. So there is no single answer, and I know people have started right up the bed, particularly today, you guys have bright ideas, excellent ideas. Always, if you are going to start a business on your own very early, make sure you have the right partners. So that is the one of the challenges of starting a business right after college is buy-in from the family, right? The family will say, you got an offer for 40-50 lakhs, now you are telling me I have to give you 3 lakhs for you to build this stupid thing that I don't even understand, right? There's going to be a resistance from the families. In fact, in 97, I got married in 95. So in 97, I decided to start this company. So I was telling my wife is all okay with it. So I told my parents didn't care. My wife tells her parents. 15 hours later, my in-law shows up at my parents' house in Trichy, and they were all worried. What your son is doing, is that the right thing to do? We are worried. Because he was kind of thinking, I gave my daughter because you were having a $60,000 paycheck. Now you are going to give up that and start something. I don't know what is going to happen. So it took me some time to convince my in-laws that what I am trying to do is not going to starve their daughter. So there is always going to be resistance, from the family. You can't fight the family. You have to convince them. You have to take the right partners. When I say right partners, sometimes you need to bring people that complement your skills, right? You might be a good engineering brain, but you don't know how to sell something to someone. But some of your classmates don't know a shit, but they can sell, right? They can talk well. They can't walk the walk, but they can talk the talk, right? You need the talk people to actually sell the product, right? So there are guys who are good with numbers, finances. They understand the intricacies of financials. See, that is one thing in general engineering degree holders lack, right? We understand numbers, we understand calculus, we understand integration, we understand all that stuff. But when it comes to simple math of, interest calculation and risk reward calculations, we are sometimes not very good. Some are good, some are not very good. In that case, you need to go with somebody who has it. So if you can interact with IIM graduates here in Trichy or our own IIM graduates, maybe form a partnership with them. So when you launch your own little companies, you need to make sure 3 guys all knows how to do programming, starting a project. You will build a great product. Will you be able to convince a customer to buy, pay for it? Will you be able to convince an investor to invest on it? So you need to make sure you bring the right skills. It may not be always your classmate. It might be a alumni with 5-6 years of experience. It might be an alumni from a different college. As I said, maybe from IIM Trichy or maybe IIM Bangalore. So how many of you think you want to be an entrepreneur? Because I don't want to waste a lot of time if there is not a huge amount of interest. There's only 1 or 2 hands raised. Okay. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to start the journey. See, even if you don't start right after the college, even if you join a company, you need to keep your ideas in the back of your mind. You need to keep working on it. You need to know what you don't know, how you are going to know what you don't know, or whom you are going to bring to bridge that gap and look at it. See, today's world, getting financing is not very difficult. Right now, technology industry is going through a slump. You might all have heard All the big companies are struggling for money, particularly this online education. Fake companies are now in big trouble because they didn't have a proven financial model, and this is always, this cycle repeats, right? I have seen dot-com bubble, I have seen Lehman Brothers bubble. So every time people do the same thing, right? So somebody asked me last week, PK, you are a big investor, how much money you have invested in crypto? I said 0. So they asked me why. I said, I was ignorant about it, and in this case, ignorance was my blessing, right? So you have to look at how your operation or the company that you start will be funded. Who will write the first check? Who is your angel investor? Or who is your, sometimes the money comes from the family. Sometimes it comes from somebody. In fact, our alumni association, Recall, has a program called RVC, Rockfort Venture Club, where we are funding alumni-founded startups. So, Kash, right now, since we are in the beginning stages, we decided not to fund student-started companies because we wanted much higher commitment. As a student, your first commitment should be to finish the degree while you are working on some ideas. Whereas if you want to, if you are looking at starting a company or something, you can learn more about this RVC. And already we have funded one company. I think RVC members have raised about 1 crore for the first funding. So we are looking forward to funding multiple companies. This was something that we wanted to start for a long time. Finally, the pandemic, when we were all kind of have too much time on our hands, we put this organization together. I am one of the council members, general council members of that organization. It is led by Krishna Sai, who was the former president of our Recall Association. There are a lot of avenues in our own campus as SEDI. So look at those things. So when as you graduate out of this college, because you have joined one of the best institute, not only the best institute, you have joined the best program in the best institute, right? Hope there's not many non-computer people here. So you have joined the best program in the best institute, and there is lot of opportunities for you. All you have to do is apply your mind, stay healthy, stay focused, and pursue your dream. So this place has produced enormous amount of successful business leaders, entrepreneurs, philanthropists. We have wide variety of alumni. We have done a lot of things. I am sure when 200 people alumni batches in the first 20 years have done this, now you guys are 1,200, 1,400 people in each batch. I'm sure you will do 10 times, 100 times more than what we achieved. And these 4 years that you spend here, I will tell you, when you look back, when you are 40 or 50, you will say, my best 4 years was the time that I spent in the college. That is what a lot of us feel about it. For example, last Friday, I was attending a wedding of one of my classmates' son. My classmate's son is also our alumni. He also studied. So the funny thing is, he studied with 800 classmates. His wedding was attended by 3 people from his batch. His father studied with 200 people, 51 of them were, for 51 of us were in that wedding. So the reason I bring out this point is the bonding even between the students is going down. So for 51 of us with our spouses, so maybe 10 or 12 spouses were there, so at least 35 of our batchmates joined the wedding of our batchmate son. And I asked this guy, how many of your classmates have come? Uncle, don't ask, only 3. So that is what he said. But anyway, he has already moved. He went to University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and then he went to, I think he's now working for, can't remember, maybe Amazon or one of these companies. That bonding is very important. Make sure you develop friendships that will last for a lifetime. That is what we do. In fact, we were very busy in our WhatsApp group because we are going to have our 35th year reunion. And, we just decided the place yesterday. Already 60 out of the 200 classmates said they will attend. And at least 25 of them are going to travel all the way from US just for that 2-day event. So form those bondings, enjoy your time, stay within the right legal limits when you enjoy. Make sure you take care of yourself, take care of your family, also take care of the society, because we are very privileged part of the society, right? We are going to Best Institute paying a very small fee. Some of the people are paying 10 lakhs, 8 lakhs, for an education in a VIT or an SRM, which is about 1/3 of what you get, or maybe 1/4 of you get, but pay 5 times more. So you are definitely privileged. The country is sponsoring all those things. So eventually, when you have time and money to spare, come back and contribute to the society, contribute to the college. With that, I will conclude. I am very happy to see the students in the computer science department. If you have any questions, I can answer it now or I can answer it later. I can spend some time with you guys. If you want to ask questions in public, I can answer it. Or if you want to talk in private, I will be available after the event. Again, good luck with your future. Make sure this year, because you have missed 2 years of campus life and activities in the campus, make sure you double up on the campus fun this year. Enjoy your time. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, sir, for sharing those pearls of wisdom. We are now very excited to start the logo reveal of Vortex 2023.
We would now like to invite all the team heads of Vortex 2023 onto stage for a picture to capture this moment. All the team heads, please come onto the stage.
Hello. All the team heads and CSE core, please come to the stage.
We would like to invite our director, ma'am, to present the moment of our chief guest. Ma'am. Ma'am, just a second. We would like to invite our HOD, ma'am, to present a moment of from CSE Association. We would like to invite our faculty advisor, Dr. Shivashankar sir, to present a moment of our director, ma'am. I would like to invite Chairperson of Vortex, Mr. Gogol, to present the moment of our faculty treasurer, Sai Krishna sir.
I would like to request Pawan to hand over the memento to HOD ma'am.
We'd like to invite our faculty treasurer Sai Krishna sir to give the memento to our faculty advisor Shivashankar sir.
In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, may your work be a sign of gratitude and reverence to the human condition. We request Dr. M. Sai Krishna, the faculty treasurer of the CSE Association, to present the vote of thanks.
Good evening, one and all. On behalf of CSEA, I thank our chief guest Shri Ji Prabhuji Kumar and director Madam Ji Akila for gracing the ceremony and giving us a great start. I express my gratitude to the head of the CSE department, Dr. Mary Sairabhanu Madam, for the support and encouragement towards our initiatives. I thank the faculty advisor, Dr. E. Shivashankar sir, for constant support to the students. I would like to thank the faculty of the CSE department for all the help and support. Finally, I conclude by thanking everyone who has joined us today for making this occasion memorable. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. With this, we have now reached the conclusion of this inauguration program. We thank the dignitaries, the faculty, and the students for their presence. Stay tuned for Vortex 23.
To everyone who's having their way out, please notice that there are some refreshments for you to, peruse. So please go ahead and look at that. Thank you.